was open, lights were on. I knocked, no response.
A cop walks up to the front door of a family's home.
Hey, anybody home?
Nobody answers the door, so he just lets himself in.
Hey, anybody home? Sheriff's office?
And he begins to have a look around. About a minute later, shots ring out.
Jesus Christ, it doesn't even take that much long for them. So we're back with another video. I like this guy's video so far. This is by the civil rights lawyer. Cop walks in family's home, shoots their dog, then lies about it. And yeah, I think he uploaded this pretty much recently. I was gonna react to it as soon as I saw it. It was a little bit delayed, but wanted to react to it as soon as I got the chance. So we're just gonna get right into it.
Shot the family dog. The husband was at work, the wife was out of town, their 4 children were at school. The only family member who was home was Zelda, the family's beloved Belgian Malinois, who was being a good girl, protecting her home from armed intruders.
See, that dog is a big dog and it came right at me, right around this corner.
Then the cop walks back outside. Does he call this?
Bro, you walk in the house and you're saying that dog was a big dog, it came right at me? Man, I mean, yo, cops come up with every excuse in the book to justify their actions, which is really kind of amazing on what lengths they can go to and what excuse they can say. They can say anything, literally, and some of the times they get let go. Get let go for lying, and literally, like, the lie sometimes will sound very, very, like, stupid, and then sometimes we'll have video cameras like this again. And then let's see what happens to him in the end.
What had just happened? No. He calls more cops, and then basically an army of police officers arrives at this home in this quiet neighborhood, and they begin to circle the wagons. They then proceed to go all through this family's home, garage and backyard for a period of about 40 minutes, all without even notifying this family or obtaining their permission to do so. Oh, and also without a warrant. Not a warrant in sight.
You good? Yeah, I'm shaking up because I'm gonna your car.
Ooh, yeah, not a warrant, breaking and entering, killing a family dog.
Bro, it's in your car. You're good.
Surely they made this right with the family, right? They apologized, compensated them in some way, and surely they fired this officer and prosecuted him for illegally entering this home and killing this dog? Nope, they did not.
I told you. I've literally said this. Some of the times they literally just get away scot-free with doing these things.
We've been sad. There's constant memories of her all through our house.
Tonight, a Wade County deputy is returning to work after shooting and killing a family's dog. We are hearing from the dog's owner after the sheriff.
Result.
The Wade County Sheriff's Office released this statement in part following a thorough review of the surrounding circumstances, and after notifying the family of this decision, we have determined that the deputy involved will remain employed. The Wade County Sheriff's Office remains committed to moving forward responsibly and in service to our community. And Zelda's family says they only wanted to see justice served.
I would love to know that there were consequences that he would have faced.
The family here obviously found this to be unacceptable.
There's really no consequences when, I'm telling you, it's just like they investigate themselves, and a large majority of them times they're going to say that, hey, I felt like I've done nothing wrong. So that whole thing doesn't even make sense. I just hate when these situations happen, and then you, like, because they've gone so viral, so the police have to respond. And some of the times, if the media presence isn't too big, they're literally just gonna sweep it under the rug because they know time will pass and people will forget. Some people will forget, but, like, you know, sometimes the media does forget though about certain things, and then they just be like, wait a couple months later, can even drag it out to a year or two later, and be like, you know what, we've done nothing wrong, and so much time has passed. Some people probably already forgot that it happened. It's a really tricky, sneaky tactic that these police use, really. The police department use. A lot of them use that tactic. They just wait things out a couple months, let the heat die down, and then we're going to investigate ourselves, and then, you know, you're good, buddy. Just, even if we're going to have to fire you because it's so public, we're going to change you over to a different district. Tell me I'm lying. Comment if I'm lying, or if you feel otherwise.
And they have provided me with all of the evidence in this case, and I'll show it to you, and you can form your own opinion. So let's go through it. This is Deputy Darris with the Wake County Sheriff's Office. On April 8th of 2025 at about 10:30 a.m., Deputy Darris arrived at the doorstep of the Briggs family in order to serve some civil process. That just means that it's some sort of paperwork pursuant to a civil proceeding in court. It's not criminal. It's not a warrant. It's nothing at all that entitles Deputy Darris to enter the Briggs home. Just like anyone else, just like a Girl Scout, he's walking up to the home and he's knocking on the door. That's how it starts.
Hey, anybody home? Hello? Sheriff's office, anybody home?
Now I have his police report, and this is what he writes. Upon approaching the home's front door, I could see the inner wood door was open. It was open at approximately 30 to 45.
Like, how does that even make sense? You're knocking, saying, hey, is anybody home? No one's clearly home, but you see something open, so that gives you the authority to just go walk inside? Such sneaky little pigs.
And the interior of the home was very clearly visible. I pulled back on the storm door and called out for anyone inside the residence, requesting if anyone was home to make themselves known and identifying myself as a sheriff's deputy. I heard no response during this time, so nobody had called for help at this house. There was no call for service. Deputy Darris had just decided that he was going to go to the front door of that house that day to try to serve this paperwork that he was being paid to serve by some party to some sort of civil litigation. He was not supposed to go inside that house. But when he gets there, he says that the interior wood door was open. We can see that the exterior storm door was closed, but we can't directly see.
Like, what? First off, you open the first frame door like that. You're not even supposed to open that door to begin with, really. In certain places, you can get shot for just doing that. So,
interior door. However, I do have the footage of the father in this family, Paul, leaving the house earlier that morning. And while we cannot see the door close, it sure sounds like that interior door is closing. So,
does it really even matter, though? That's what I don't understand. You're breaking and entering at this point. No one's home. You knocked a couple times saying hello, is anybody home? And then you force your way inside? Okay.
Not hearing any response at all at that point, what does Deputy Darris do? He pulls out his pistol. At that point, the family cat makes a run for it and darts inside the house. He then radios dispatch that the home he's at has an open front door, but he doesn't need any backup from any other officers. No big deal, right?
Wait, 564, open door at my call. No need for any additional at this time, I'll advise.
Then he once again announces who he is. He hears no response.
Hey, anybody home?
So what does he do? He goes inside the house.
Sheriff's office?
I'm so confused, though. Like, wait, what? What is the logic of this person?
From the instant he walks in the door, you can hear the dog barking, right? You hear that.
Sheriff's office?
But that deputy would later tell his supervisor at the scene, which was also captured on this home's cameras, that when he entered the house, he did not hear the dog barking.
Did you hear the dog at all when you came in?
I did not. It was
Bark?
completely quiet. No barking.
Okay.
Now, when I got to the hallway, that's what made me notice him, was he did then bark. And so I started to back out, and that's when he came out.
And he just came at you.
However, we know that that is false based on this video evidence.
Sheriff's office?
And actually, we hear the dog barking pretty much the entire time that the deputy can be heard walking through the house, searching the house. The whole time we hear the dog barking until all of a sudden shots ring out.
Nigga, how loud does that dog have to be? Hello, sheriff. Anybody home? Dog on. Woo, woo, woo. Nigga, I'm home. Nigga, I'm home. Like, come on. That cop had evil in him. He had bad intentions. He was out going out for murder, man.
Did you hear the dog at all when you went in there?
Did you hear the dog at all? It's a loud ass motherfucking dog. Like, come on, man.
I did not.
And this cop, he knows he's bullshitting because he was like, it's probably a big ass dog too. I don't know how you don't hear something like that.
Okay.
Let's see.
His gun, but not for long. He walks around into the backyard and basically searches the backyard and then the garage again at gunpoint. Thankfully, there were no more dogs for him to shoot. He then reappears back out the front door of the home, announcing to dispatch that all is clear, that the house is secure, and in the distance we can hear the sirens and the cavalry is on the way because they hear that there's this shooting inside this house. So everyone is showing up.
Wait, 564.
So what happened to the dog though? I mean, not what happened to the dog. What happened at the end? Like, clearly, the dog got shot. The dog was murdered. No one's home. Trigger happy buddy over here. So,
as a bunch of other police officers arrive at the scene, Deputy Darris then walks them.
Check that back here. And the door wasn't just like propped, it was open. Okay. Like probably about 45, maybe a little bit less. Right there. It's dead.
By the way, I just
yeah, he said, yep, it's dead. They don't even give a fuck. Like, yep, it's dead. It's gone. And then they just go to work the next day, go about their business.
point out as they walk through the laundry room of this house, just to illustrate the absurdity of the claim that these officers thought that this home had been burglarized. Apparently, the burglar who had burglarized this house had decided to do this family's laundry while he was in there, despite the vicious dog. That's right, you can actually hear the laundry machines going. So basically, the inside of...
And so, if you're a cop and you think you're going into a house for burglary, what burglar comes in with a dog as a accomplice or something like that? I've never seen it. Hey, maybe if you guys have any stories, go write that down. Let me know in the comments. But other than that, it just sounds trigger happy to me.
House looks like any home in suburbia with kids and at least one parent who actually does laundry.
Hey man, what's the best advice?
Oh my god, these ads. Sorry about that. We definitely gotta get some ad blockers or something to fix this. Skip towards ending a little bit. See what happens.
Out here, I was listening to the radio heading back. I spoke to a woman who I guess lives in the area.
Alright, so this is essentially him right now, putting on basically the other officers on what just happened. And he's telling basically his side of the story again.
Here, I didn't get her contact info. I asked if she knew who the owners were, if they were nearby. Same day. And she said she did not know how long they'd been gone, who they were. She lives over there. So as soon as I set the paper down, I came back over here to clear this shed. After I cleared that shed, I came back out, and then I came to the front and waited for everybody else to show up. All right. No barking.
Okay.
Now, when I got to the hallway, that's what made me.
Did you see that? He said no barking. He did what he... Even lying on a dog, man. Dog's not even human. You gonna lie on a dog and say no barking, but on the camera you hear the loud barking multiple times, not just one, but multiple barks.
Notice him was he did then bark. And so I started to back out, and that's when he came at me.
He just came at you.
The law here is
And that guy looks kind of young too. He has to be new. He has to be a new and just like maybe trigger happy, cause I don't know. These dudes behind him look all a little bit older than him. This dude looks like he's new. Just wanted to shoot something, really. I don't know.
That's what made me notice him was he did then bark. And so I started.
not the actual outside door, but the door within that. The video evidence, unfortunately, doesn't show us conclusively whether or not that is true. Now, had the officer who was the shooter been wearing a body cam, we would know for a fact whether or not that was accurate. But for some reason, he was not wearing a body cam. So that evidence does not exist. Other than the allegation that the door was slightly open, I don't see any other evidence. Walk on in to our house, firearm, the laugh test. It's completely absurd. And the more absurd thing is that, okay, even after that happened, did they do the right thing? No. Did they notify the homeowners and get consent to remain on the property, to go inside the house, to search it, to do whatever they were doing? No, they didn't do that. Instead, for 40 plus minutes, they excluded the homeowners and they treated this property as if it were their own. They completely spat on the fourth.
Yeah, man. That's cops for you, man. I think I'm gonna end this video off there at this note. Reed pretty much knows how things go around with these types of police and what happens. Again, it's by the civil rights lawyers. You guys like this video, you guys can check out the full entire video on your own time. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it right there on that note and see you for the next one.